I just love it. I just want to reach out and get as many people involved as much as I can.
Okay, now you have a clip, and I thank you for bringing in your PC and sharing some little segments of your dancing. This is called a very poetic language here. It's Leha'ir et ha'ir, and it means to arouse or to waken up the city. Wow, that's such an excitement. I feel like I feel like getting up and dancing myself, but I rip off the microphone and they'll yell at me inside.
It's literally called, I think it's, when you translate it, it's called Wake Up the Town. So I thought it was an appropriate dance to start with.
And the language, Leha'ir et ha'ir.
Exactly.
Yes. It's beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. All right, now, what about Israeli dance as a, it's really become an international phenomenon. Like you could go all over the world, including the Far East, Taiwan, Japan, and find Israeli dance, isn't it?
Australia, Singapore, any country that you could think of, I believe there's Israeli dancing.
Yeah.
I know anytime I go to business and travel to Dallas, Georgia, I've looked for sessions and I'm not able to not find a session.
Now, have you traveled together to these countries?
No, we've gone locally to dance camps. We go to 4 dance camps a year. I go to Horekef, which is usually in August. Sababa, which is usually in during Memorial Day weekend. They're run by Moshe Escayo, who was my dance instructor, famous choreographer, and also run by Eileen Weinstock. They put a lot of effort into it. They create a dance camp. We have 200 people coming from all over. Wow. Australia, New Zealand, Tokyo, Hong Kong, everywhere. It's like the international dance camp. And we learn 40, 50 dances for the weekend. And we dance all day, all night.
Wow.
We have parties. We dance to 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. The last night we danced till 7 o'clock when the sun rises. It's beautiful.
Okay.
You have to have a lot of stamina.
Now, there's an interesting thing. When you go dancing, there's more women than men, aren't there?
Yes, there is more women than men, and sometimes it's hard because you feel sorry actually for the women that's sitting down. But you know, before I met Leng, I remember that I used to go to the Y in New York to dance there, and I remember all the time when you come in the beginning, you have to schedule. Every couple. You have like 6 sets.
Yes.
And you need to schedule your 6 sets with women, and sometimes you forget which women you're supposed to go with, and they start to get upset, and it's become
this is the worst problem.
It's the worst problem we ever had, you know. So, but it's fun. It's after all, everything is fun. It's like all this thing is really, when you get the bug, people don't understand that. Well, but when you get the bug, it's become like obsessive, and it's become like fun thing.
Okay, it's fun, but it's also intimate, isn't it?
I would say that it's intimate also. It's like people, as I said, you said before, we got married because Israeli dancing, and we met there, and we had a good relationship, and we got married.
Right.
And people there find each other, and they get to do partner dances together, and this is like a build relationship.
So if I have single congregants, in my congregation, and they're looking for a good, healthy place, not a bar is not a healthy place really, right. But a dance floor, where you're schwitzing and you're exercising, and you've really broken through, as I mentioned in the beginning, this sort of like barrier,
right? And
people are just kind of being themselves after a while. You can't, after you've danced for a while, you're not faking.
Right.
You're just being yourself, which is a whole level that I don't think you ever get to without having engaged in, dance or music or something cultural that kind of lubricates the, the social socialization.
Folk dancers are very friendly. We're a very warm, friendly group of people. Most places, if you join a dance session, people are very inviting, very warm.
Yes.
And they don't make you feel excluded. They welcome you. They help you with dance steps. So there's nothing to be fearful about. If you want to take that first dance step.
Let's go to something a little exotic. How about like the Turkish kiss and the Shikat Turkit? Let's have a look at that clip. That's really nice. Fabulous. Now the music that we're hearing is mostly in the Turkish language.
I believe so.
Yeah, this is a Turkish language. Yeah,
it's a very nice. I love the rhythm of it. I'm making music, and it's very interesting what you mentioned, that there's really a market. They don't really have enough music for the amount of dances. So you got me thinking. I have to start thinking of drums and rhythm. And thinking of dance, because it seems like there's a lot of opportunity and a lot of interest in music for dance. How about let's have a look at the Greek circle. The Greek circle. I want to showcase as much as a wide spectrum of what you're doing. Wow, everybody looks like they're having such a fun time.
And the drumming
is
a lot of fun too. We have an element of live drumming in there with Yigal, who enjoys that as a second hobby.
Now you have the, what is that, the darbuka?
Yeah, it's called darbuka. In English, they call it usually dumbak. And
that's an onomatopoeia, like dumbak.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I never thought about that, but it's a good idea.
They call onomatopoeia. It sounds like what.
Yeah.
Dumbak.
Exactly. Yeah, and actually, I started. I think 2 years or 3 years after I started to dance. I love drumming. My brother in Israel also drumming on set drumming, and I used to drum on his set drumming. And when I came to America, when I started actually with the Israeli dancing, I had like a feeling like I want to do to drum on darbuka, and I started to do it in one of the camps, basic, and then from there I start to listen to the music and to figure out the rhythm. And that's what I'm doing right now in my session to make it more lovely. The session.
A live element of music.
Yeah, exciting.
Yeah. Now you're from Jerusalem. You're born and raised in Jerusalem.
Yes.
Your mother is Iraqi.
Right.
And your father is from Morocco.
That's right.